Hey everyone, welcome back to the study stream. I know it's been a long while since the last time I streamed. Sorry about the delay. I really don't know why it took me so long, but we're back and we're continuing where we stopped last time, which was I think we did a thing like this, 6a, and then we have Modul 2. Again, this is, let me just check, the Arbeitsbuch, and we're just I think halfway through the Arbeitsbuch, so let's see. Here is the question: Sehen Sie sich die Zeichnungen an? Welche Ausdrücke passen zu den Bildern? Ordnen Sie zu. And you have, oh, let me tell the page number. This is page 25, and the title is Gib Kontra. And you have these three pictures, images, caricatures of people. I'll just copy that and put that in here. And you have these three, phrases. Jemanden die Stirn bieten, jemanden ausgrenzen, jemanden erniedrigen. So all you have to do is match. In fact, let me copy the picture that sometimes copying on here is a little bit time consuming. Here we go. Okay, so you have these three pictures and all you have to do is, like I said, you had those three things. Let me type that here. Jemanden erniedrigen, and then you had jemanden ausgrenzen, I think. I'm just going off my memory. And what's the other one? Die Stirn, der Stirn. Die Stirn, okay, jemanden die Stirn bieten. And so now all you have to do is just, match. Like, do you think this is A or B or C? And neither again would be, now I just need to check if this is all jemanden oder jemand oder jemandem, because as you know, sometimes it's nominative, sometimes it's accusative, so I just need to check real quick. Jemand and jemand, jemand. Okay, great. Not that. Jemand. Okay, so I think A is definitely ausgrenzen, because you're isolating, like, not really isolating, you are excluding someone. So ausgrenzen, grenzen, that's a border, and ausgrenzen, you kind of like shove someone outside a border, so you exclude that person. That one's easy enough. And then we have die Stirn bieten oder erniedrigen. And niedrig is low, and so is always, at least in my understanding, when you have that as a prefix, it's like to achieve something. So here you're putting someone in a lower position, you are demotivating someone. That's at least what I understand. So that fits C. Also, even visually you can see that. And then that one is the Stirnbieten. In fact, let me just check exactly and precisely what that means, because I don't know, going like, we have this in English, butting heads together, something like that. Oh, stand up, defy. Yeah, okay. It's kind of similar in meaning. So that's that, fairly simple. Then we have, lesen Sie den Ratgebertext. Welche Überschriften passen zu den Abschnitten 1 bis 4? Ordnen Sie zu. And then you have, I can't copy the text, but here we go. Right, so you have this, you have to read a text, and then you have these four. Kontern Sie humorvoll, Schweigen ist Gold, kommen Sie zurück zur Sache oder bremsen Sie den anderen aus. So you have A, B, C, D, and then you have this text. Let me read the heading. Sie sind kein Typ für schnelle Konter? Dann helfen Ihnen vielleicht diese Alternativen. So you have this text, it has a bunch of paragraphs, and you also have these blanks. It's kind of like the first sentence, or rather the heading of each paragraph. So you have like 4 or 5 paragraphs, and you need to arrange these headings. So what I'll do is I'll read the text. I cannot copy the entire text, but it is on page 25. So we'll read that first. This is what I do. Some people might actually prefer reading these headings, the Überschriften. Some people do that. I don't know what works for you personally, but what works for me personally is to avoid the headings. Because what happens is, and this is my own understanding, Everybody has a different way of learning and understanding. So you don't necessarily need to do what I do, but I'm just explaining what works for me because that's how my brain works. So if I read the headings first, what would happen is I would then have these headings running in my mind, and my brain would try and find some way to fix any one of these headings to the text that I'm reading, which can be confusing, which can actually prevent you from understanding the author's, intention behind the paragraph. So, what I prefer is just to read the text, not just like individual paragraphs, but the whole text, everything. So, you have a nice, kind of overall overview of what this text is about. You know, roughly, okay, what was paragraph 1, 2, 3, what were all of these paragraphs about? And then you have a much nicer idea what fits logically. So yeah, that's what I do, but you could do the opposite. Some people do it that way. There's no right or wrong because, everybody's brain works differently. So, Sie sind kein Typ für schnelle Konter, dann helfen Sie, oh Gott, why do I say Sie? Dann helfen Ihnen vielleicht diese Alternativen. Okay, and then we have the first paragraph. Fehlen Ihnen manchmal die Worte, beruflich oder auch privat? Besonders wenn Ihr Gesprächspartner Sie gerade provozieren möchte oder einfach nur unverschämt ist. Nicht jeder von uns ist schlagfertig und hat gleich eine passende Antwort parat. Es gibt auch Alternativen. And then you have the first blank. So that's where your heading will go in. So, but we have to read the text first. Ihre Gegner im verbalen Kampf warten bereits auf ihre Schnellreaktion und bereiten im Geist schon den nächsten Angriff vor. Bleiben Sie cool und nehmen Sie sich Zeit. Bloß keine Hektik. Reagieren Sie ruhig, zum Beispiel mit einer interessierten Frage an Ihr Gegenüber. Zeigen Sie deutlich, dass es Ihnen gefällt, wie sehr sich die andere Person für das Thema einsetzt. So bleiben Sie im Gespräch und behalten die Kontrolle. Mit Ihren Fragen und Äußerungen bestimmen Sie jetzt das Tempo. So, okay, and then I read the next one. Then you have again number 2, you have a blank, and then you have the next paragraph. Charmante und nicht ganz ernste Antworten sorgen dafür, dass die Situation wieder lockerer wird und Sie Pluspunkte sammeln. Fiese und gemeine Äußerungen verlieren damit schnell ihre Macht. Wenn jemand bei ihrem Vortrag immer wieder stört und dumme Bemerkungen macht wie, das ist doch nichts Neues, das sage ich schon seit Jahren, reagieren Sie mit, ich freue mich über den Experten im Plenum, der Ihre Fragen im Anschluss sicher gerne beantworten wird. Then we have the third blank. Gehen Sie auf das Gesagte ein, bleiben Sie aber bei Ihrer Ansicht. Vielleicht nicht sehr kreativ sind Reaktionen wie, Sie vertreten diese Sichtweise. Wenn wir aber bei den Fakten bleiben, dann wird schnell klar, dass... Trotzdem sind sie sehr nützlich, denn damit kommen sie schnell wieder zu dem Thema zurück, um das es eigentlich geht. Und dann the fourth blank heading, whatever. Manche Aussagen sind einfach nur eine Frechheit. Wenn Sie in einem Meeting Ihre Meinung äußern und Antworten hören wie, aus dieser Aussage spricht Ihre Ahnungslosigkeit oder Sie sollten Ihren hübschen Kopf nicht mit diesen Themen belasten, dann könnte man vor Wut platzen. Viel besser ist aber genau das Gegenteil. Schweigen Sie. Sagen Sie eine Minute einfach nichts und schauen Sie den Angreifer an. Schnell wird es still im Raum und die Frechheit der Aussage wirkt unangenehm für den anderen nach. Sie aber zeigen Stärke und setzen ihr Thema fort. Okay, so this is how do you react to verbalen Angriffe, when someone's like arguing with you or, trying to be cheeky, etc. Okay. Okay, so you have these 4 headings. Kontern Sie humorvoll, kommen Sie zurück zur Sache, Schweigen ist Gold, oder bremsen Sie den anderen aus. I think there was something about Schweigen in the last one. You have, you just don't say anything. So that's number 4 for sure, because that's the strategy they have there, number 4. Oops, not this one. I mean, Schweigen ist Gold. Hier. Und dann etwas mit Humor. vage, charmant, neues. Kreativ, verborgen, Nicht ganz ernste Antworten, charmante, so that's definitely Humor in a way. Das, ich freue mich, ja, das kann sein. Vielleicht konnten sie nur, kommen sie zurück zur Sache, that could be. Bei den Fakten bleiben. No, wait. Wieder zu dem Thema zurück. That's definitely number three. So that's kommen Sie zurück zur Sache. That would be three. And then konnten Sie humorvoll. That would be number two. And that's one more. Okay, wait. Now all we have to do is check our answers. I don't know why I didn't check the answers for the first one. I should have done that. Okay. Go. We were over here. Okay, BAC. That's the first one. BAC. Ooh, okay. That's weird. So this one was wrong. This one would be B. That's strange. 1B, 2A, 3C. Oh no, I actually, wait a second. I just wrote these from my memory. I didn't actually check the order. Hold on. The first one is jemanden die Stirn bieten. That's number one, by the way. And then we have ausgrenzen. Yeah, and then we have the third one. So BAC or BAC. Okay, that is correct. Thank God. And then we have DACB. So we'll check this one. I said D is first, A second, C. Ah, there we go. Perfect. Great. Okay, then is this Model 1? Let me check. No, I think it's, yeah, no, that's Model 2. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. And then you have this little thing over here. Wie die Frankfurter Allgemein. Oops. Something is. Oh, Where's my file? Okay, there we go. Welche Alternative gefällt Ihnen am besten? Warum? Sprechen Sie in Gruppen. This one it could be a speaking exercise, like, which of these, ways to, offer a counter argument or reaction do you prefer? But I don't know. I don't think you actually get something like this as a Thema in Sprechen. It sounds weird. But anyway, we'll put that aside. Sprachen lernen. And then you have this over here on the next page, page 26. Formen Sie die Verben in Nomen und die Nomen in Verben um. Oh, that's a really common. This Verbalisierung, Nominalisierung is they start to expect this from you, by the way. When you write longer texts, if you have to write an essay in your exam, emails, formal emails, of course, or you have Kommentar schreiben, things like that. So we're seeing now that they really want these types of things in your text. So use more Nominalstil and weniger Verbalstil. Okay, so we have, and of course you see the ones in capital are all the nouns. So you just have to change that. Let me just bring that over here. Okay. Right. So Erwerben, I think that is der Erwerb. It's either der or das, but I think it's der Erwerb. And you know what? I'll just check real quick just to make sure I'm on the right track. Der Erwerb. Perfect. Okay, so that matches. Die Kommunikation, kommunizieren, kennen, kennen is a verb. I have to change that to a noun. Kontakt, nein. Formen Sie die Verben Nomen. Okay, kennen. Das kennenlernen? I don't know, I might be wrong. But that's not the same thing. Kennenlernen is also a verb. This one is I'm not sure about. Kennen, ach, die Auseinandersetzung. This would definitely be auseinandersetzen. This one's easy. Vermitteln, die Vermittlung, die Motivation, motivieren, yes. Sprechen, das Gespräch, der Zweifel, zweifeln, teilnehmen, that would be das Teilnehmen. Oh, das Teilnahme, I think, yeah. Die Darstellung, darstellen. Okay, let's see. Now, some of these are, the numbers are random. I'll just change that. Das kennen. I don't think that's right. Let me check. And then number 5. Okay, let's check. So we have die Kenntnis. Ah, so okay, die Kenntnis is. So that's something I didn't know. Die Vermittlung, das Gespräch oder das Sprechen, die Teilnahme, die Teilnahme. Oh, okay. What else? Kommunizieren, motivieren, Zweifeln darstellen, sich auseinandersetzen. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't add sich, but then I would have thought, oh, zweifeln an, that's also something you would add. But anyway, okay, it's right practically, so that's fine. And the next thing, suchen Sie die Adjektive und bilden Sie passenden Nomen. Okay, let's put that in here. Okay, vollständig. Vollständig, klar, intelligent, stark, mutig, schnell, alt, selten. Selten? Okay. Okay, and then vollständig would be die Vollständigkeit. Maybe. I could be wrong. No. Yeah, probably. That's probably right. Die Klarheit. I don't know why the D is capital. It really shouldn't be. Das oder der Intelligenz. I think it should be der. What annoys me is it just automatically. There we go. Intelligenz. Die Stärke. Oder ja. Uff, die Stärke. Der Mut. Das Mut. Der. Nein, die Mut. I'll let it go. Schnell, Geschwindigkeit. No. Are you sure? I don't know. Geschwindigkeit is just speed. Schnell is fast. So, die Schnelle? There is a phrase called the. I think this could be. I mean, I could be wrong. So, okay. Das Alter. No, but das Alter is the age. It's like Geschwindigkeit is speed. Could be, speed could be slow, quick. But like, okay, but anyway, not to overthink. Die Seltenheit, I don't know. I'm just like guesstimating. Half of these I've guesstimated. Okay, Vollständigkeit, Klarheit, die Intelligenz. Wow, that is something I had. How on earth? Okay. Okay. Stark, die Stärke, der Mut, die Schnelligkeit. Oh, okay, der Mut. No, die schnell. I have never seen, like, how on earth is that a word? I've never seen this word before. Oh, let me put that into DeepL. Is that an actual word? Oh, that's not really a word, is it? Schnelligkeit. Oh, of course, I didn't even check that. Okay, but okay, all right. Schnelligkeit, das Alter, die Seltenheit. Okay, not too bad. I mean, most of these are right, just an article problem here and this word, but yeah. Okay, then we try the next thing. Vom Nominalstil zum Verbalstil. Formen Sie in Sätze mit Präpositionalergänzen. Oh Gott, okay. The thing with prepositions, I never really bother learning them. Like I learned them not actively. It's just whatever I remember is there. Which I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean, you could just sit down and have your book and have all of your learn like memorize, but you could do that. It's not a bad idea. It's just that it doesn't work for me. Es gibt, okay, so there's a sentence here, I'll read it out. Es gibt eine Unterscheidung. Wow, okay. Es gibt eine Unterscheidung. I would normally say es gibt einen Unterschied. That's weird. Okay. Es gibt eine Unterscheidung zwischen dem Lernen und dem Erwerb einer Sprache. Die Wissenschaft unterscheidet zwischen dem Lernen und dem Erwerb einer Sprache. Okay, so you change the verb to the noun to the verb. Right. Okay, then we have a new sentence. I'll post that over here. Die Antworten auf die Frage nach dem Zusammenhang zwischen Alter und Spracherwerb stehen teilweise noch aus. Die Forscher können die Frage noch nicht antworten. Okay. Gotta think. Zwischen Alter und Spracherwerb stehen teilweise noch aus. Können ausstehen. And this should be antworten. So I'll just put that in here. Okay. And then oh, of course, that would be auf. So silly of me. There we go. And then the next one. Die Diskussion über das optimale Lernen einer Sprache wird weiter fortgesetzt. Okay, oft. Okay. Die Diskussion über das optimale Lernen einer Sprache wird weiter fortgesetzt. Auch in Zukunft wird weiter. Okay, here I have to change this. Okay, then eine Sprache. Optimal lernen eine Sprache. Wird weiter diskutiert. Wer das. Okay, wait. Fortsetzung. Oh, they have some words underlined. Oops, so it's not this. Okay. Über. Okay, wird weiter über das Optimal diskutiert. That should be right. The next one, die Fachdisziplinen treiben ihre Forschungen zu dem Thema weiter voran. And then we have Forschungen zu, that's underlined. Forschungen. So, wait a second, which one? Yeah, Forschungen zu, okay. All right, and then the Fachdisziplinen, there should be a blank over here, weiterhin, ja. So, forschen weiterhin zu diesem Thema. Okay, and then the next and the last one. Unser Wissen über die Funktion der Sprache ist immer noch gering. Wissen über. Wir wissen immer noch wenig über. Okay, that's an easy one. There we go. Okay, Antworten, auf Antworten über diskutiert, forschen zu, yep, Wissen über. Okay. That one is easy because it already underlined these, so. Okay, then we have 3a. Verbalisieren Sie die folgende Ausdrücke. Das schnelle Erlernen einer Sprache, die Korrektur der ersten Fehler. Eine Sprache. Okay. And this one is the answer to this one. Die Korrektur der ersten Fehler, that would be der erste Fehler korrigieren. Und dann die guten Kenntnisse der Grammatik, die Grammatik gut erkennen. Okay, Kenntnisse would be kennen. Der Klaraufbau der Sätze, die Sätze klar aufbauen. Und die Aufrechterhaltung sozialer Kontakte. Okay. Soziale Kontakte aufrecht erhalten. Und dann das Führen einer erfolgreichen Kommunikation. Okay. Eine erfolgreiche Kommunikation führen. Okay, let's check. Die Grammatik gut kennen, die sozialen Kontakte aufrechterhalten. Oh, that's only one word. Okay. I'll highlight that. Yellow, so it's like, really visible. When I like go through these files before the exam, I'll know, oh, these were like the mistakes that I made, for example. Okay, so where were we? Right here. Okay, so the first one is find die Grammatik gut kennen, die sozialen Kontakte aufrechterhalten. Oh, die. Oops, I should have had the. Okay, and then die sozialen, because you have die. Anytime you have die and then you have an adjective, for plural, of course, nouns, you have to have this. N. Right, die Sätze klar aufbauen, ja, eine erfolgreiche Kommunikation führen, die ersten Fehler, ach so, I've used singular Fehler, but that's also correct, it's not wrong, it's correct. But here, of course, der ersten Fehler, this is the genitive form of the plural mistakes, Fehler, plural failure. So it should have been, yeah, this is obviously, like, if I just take der erste Fehler korrigieren, that's like not wrong, but this, if I take this into consideration, then yes, it should be die ersten, because of course you're also changing, you're changing from genitive to nominative or accusative, etc. So die ersten Fehler korrigieren. Ja. So. Und dann von Nomen zum Adjektiv. Formen Sie wie im Beispiel um. So, die Leichtigkeit des Lernens. Das Lernen ist leicht. That would be die Aktualität der Forschung. Die Forschung ist aktuell. That should be right. Die Korrektheit der Aussprache. Die Aussprache ist korrekt. Die Schwierigkeit der Grammatik. Die Grammatik ist schwierig. Und die Unterschiede des Spracherwerbs. Also der Spracherwerb ist unterschiedlich. Das soll korrekt sein. Die Forschung ist aktuell, die Aussprache ist korrekt, die Grammatik ist schwierig. There we go. That's easy. It's easy only because you're starting out. So this is why it's so good, so important to go through these books because they make it easy for you, like, wow, I'm like, when you, and that's like so important about learning. I'm going like, you can skip this part if you want to, but that's a great thing that so many years ago, I used to work at this Kumon center. I was still very young back then. And one of the principles of Kumon is you should start a child or any learner really, but Kumon is essentially for children. So you should start learning at the level where it's not too easy for you, but also not too challenging. Because if it's too easy, you'll get bored. And if it's too challenging, then again, you'll get frustrated. So just the right amount of challenge, so it captures your interest as well, but also not like super difficult. And so when you use the course books, that's exactly, and that's why I always prefer screw all the fancy stuff, Duolingo, memorize, and this app, and that subscription, and this thing, and that thing. You don't need anything fancy. Good old-fashioned course books, they will get you from point A to point B with the least amount of stress and also the least amount of money, to be honest, and the least amount of time. Like I've been in that place where I wanted to try out all the fancy apps and all these little new technologies, but it was just a waste of time. Nothing has gotten me as far as course books have, truly. And so when you do this, like when you're doing this exercise and you're like, oh, that's easy. Oh, that's not too difficult. Okay, I made like one or two mistakes, but I'm getting it. I'm understanding. And then the thing is, when you get like your exercises, when you're doing your exercises and you get a lot of them correct, right? You're doing well. You tend to feel good and you think, wow, I can do this. And that kind of pushes you, that motivates you to continue doing that thing. Learning is so fascinating. I mean, if you had like a really tough or boring course book, you would hate learning, and so this is a really good set of Aspekte neu for B1, B2, C1. Really good. I only wish that they had something for C2 as well, but as most of you know, C2 is not really, I mean, you don't have course books for C2. It's just something that you would have to learn through life. But anyway, that's enough random discussion. Okay, so we've done this. Then we come to page 27, Module 3. And I think this is a huge focus of this level is how do you convert a noun to a verb to a noun, sometimes even the adjectives and so on. Especially in the beginning, you'll see that is something that sets apart a higher level text from a lower level text. It happens in English also, but in English nowadays, it's kind of like English has become a lot more casual over the years, even in academia, politics, etc., news. I mean, if you read newspapers from like 15 years ago, 15, 20 years ago, they were very different in terms of language. Now, the kinds of things that I see, and I think, when I was a child and I read newspapers, they were very different. The quality was just different. But English in general has this thing where, no country owns English anymore. So it's just kind of become very lax in a way, right? We used to have this in English. It's not like a uniquely German concept. And of course, English is a Germanic language. So, I mean, of course, you would have those parallels. But yeah, you don't see that happening in English a lot, where you have nominalized styles for more academic, more formal writing. That used to be the case. And of course, for some, really good writers and speakers, that is still the case. But these people tend to either be much older. It's kind of like a dying breed. Anyway, that's a lot of yapping. Let's get back to work. So you have a little table. Nomen, Verben, Präposition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into 3. I'll just make a table really quick 7 into 3. Okay, so we have Nomen, Verben, Präpositionen. Okay, that's good enough. I'm gonna bring that over here. Sprechen über mit. Ah, so. Vielen, okay, das Gespräch, obviously. Oder das Sprechen. Oh, that's nice. It's a nice little exercise. Sometimes you forget these prepositions, right? And then we have sich beschäftigen mit. I think that would be beschäftigen mit. Die Beschäftigung. Ignore the random capitalization. It just automatically does that. Der Bericht. Der Bericht. Berichten über auf. I think. I don't know. Reagieren. Reagieren auf. Reagierung? No, that's. Das. Yeah, that's not even a word. Reagierung. No, that's because you know what? This is something I learned early on. Is when you convert a verb to a noun, normally not like 100% of the time, but a lot of the time, it takes das. So das plus, like, like verstecken, das Versteck. Oder ist es der Versteck? Okay, ich weiß es nicht, aber ja, irgendetwas so, something like that. I mean, of course, it's not like a 100% rule, but it helps you. So what is the noun form? Reagieren. Das. Oh, of course, I'm so silly. Die Reaktion. Ja, glaube ich. Okay. Dann die Beschwerde, Beschwerde. Und sich beschweren über. Nein. I feel like I knew this, but I forgot. It's either über or. Ja, I think that über oder ich weiß nicht, hinweisen. And then we have hinweisen auf. Pretty sure this is off. Das oder der Hinweis, could it be? Let me check. Okay, let's check. Das Gespräch, die Beschäftigung mit. Perfekt. Berichten über oder von. Über ist fein, aber ich habe von vergessen. Okay, und dann die Aktion auf. Perfekt. Die Beschweren über. Der Hinweis auf. Sich beschweren über, der Hinweis auf. Perfekt, yay! So I do remember lots of stuff. Great. Okay. And then wählen Sie 2 Verben und 2 Nomen aus 4a. Schreiben Sie dazu Sätze wie im Beispiel. Okay, aus 4a, das ist 4a, okay. 2 Verben, 2 Nomen aus, also diese Tabelle und schreiben Sie Sätze. Okay. Wir sprechen über. Wir haben, we did this in class, but of course, I mean, I'll do it again. Like you have these sprechen über. Oder, yeah, this did not get copied correctly. So what I'll do is I'll just, I'll write my sentences here, in fact. Or what I'll do is I'll copy the little table so I have these things right here. Just make the table really, really small so I can like shove it to the side. There we go. Okay, so what's the first one? Das Gespräch. If I could just dig out the file that we had in class, because I made sentences for all of these things. Now, of course, das Gespräch über, sprechen über, das Gespräch über oder mit. Yeah, why not? I mean, it's a good activity. So das Gespräch. Das Gespräch mit meinem Chef über meinem Gehalt war unerfolgreich. So here what I've done is I have das Gespräch. Ja, war unerfolgreich. Come on, that's a word. Is that not a word? Ja, oh, ups. Also, Erfolg. Okay, das war kein Wort. Erfolg. Okay. You know, because in Italian we have this. So kind of like sometimes these languages they fight themselves in my head. Anyway, so I have über. I also have mit in all everything in one sentence. There we go. Okay, the next one, die Beschäftigung. Die Beschäftigung mit der Politik lief nicht so gut. Mit, ups, okay, ja, that is correct. Ja, und der Bericht in der Zeitung. Hm, über den Attentat ist es der Attentat, oder? Der, ja, ups, das, oh, it's das? Okay, I don't know that. Über das Attentat. Because you think Tat and it's der Tat, no? No, it's actually, so never mind. I'll just highlight that. There we go. Über das Attentat wurde von, von meinem Chef, ja, geschrieben oder irgendetwas. Die Reaktion auf okay, auf Reaktion auf wait a second. Auf die Nachricht oder irgendetwas. Should it be? Yeah, maybe auf die Nachricht. Waren die Reaktion, ups, war, because it's die Reaktion, Nachricht war, war, well, maybe what do you say? Unerwartet, ja, unerwartet, unexpected. And then you also reagieren auf, sie haben volle Wut auf, should this be okay? Auf die Nachricht, because it's not like sometimes you know when you have auf, you might sometimes have dative, sometimes you have accusative. And so sometimes I think, okay, wohin, I use this rule to kind of help. Wohin would be accusative and wo would be dative. But here we don't really have, wo. So I think this is fine. But you know what I'll do is I'll just check like my sentences with deep L. Usually it helps to correct things. So yeah. Or of course, one thing you can always do, and something I forget doing, is you can just use ChatGPT. You can just throw in your homework and tell it to correct everything. That's a great way to do it. I don't know why I don't use it more often. I really should. Anyway, you should, because it's a free tool and you're no longer. I mean, there used to be a website called Lang 8. I mean, it probably still exists. I don't really know. I haven't checked. But there used to be this website called lang-8.com or .net or something like that. And you used to be able to, I mean, the last time I checked was probably 2 years ago, but you could send your texts and you can have them corrected by people free of charge. But you have to also check other people's texts. Like, let's say you speak French and you're learning Spanish, right? So you correct other people's French texts and your Spanish texts get corrected by other people. With that kind of service, like, I don't even know how useful that would be now that we have ChatGPT. But the thing is, of course, it's not 100% reliable always, because ultimately it's like learning stuff from the internet, so it learns incorrect things as well. But for the most part, it's still very useful. Like, you're doing your homework at 4 a.m. in the morning and you don't have anyone that you can talk to, and you can't contact your teacher, so who's going to correct your work? So that's a great way to, yeah, get immediate feedback, right? Because it's such a useful tool. Like, that makes things so much easier. Okay, voller Wut auf die Nachricht reagiert. Und dann Beschwerde. Er hat sich über what's that thing? Schimmel. Ist der Schimmel? Über den Schimmel auf der Wand beschwert. Der Schimmel. I'm pretty sure it's der Schimmel, but you never know. You could be wrong. Der Schimmel. Okay, so then it'd be den. Perfect. Der Hinweis von der Augen, what do you call an eyewitness? Augenzeuge, something like that. I know it has something to do with I'm pretty sure it's Augenzeuge. Let me just check though. Something like that. Yeah, eyewitness. Perfect. Okay, great. Augenzeuge. Okay, so von der Augenzeuge ist das okay, yeah, it's masculine. Okay, so von dem Augenzeugen. Der Hinweis wurde von der Polizei ignoriert. Sorry, I don't have a better word. I should have a better word. That's not a nice word. Let's find something else. Ignorieren, übersehen, vernachlässigen. Vernachlässigen is more like ignoring, like, people, like, not treating them well. Yeah, like what's the exact word? Sometimes I forget things. Überhören, ausblenden, ignorieren, missachten, disregard, yeah, neglect. So neglect is vernachlässigen. That's neglect, not doing the things you need to be doing. They really shouldn't have the word. Like, I should probably, like, add, because that's not the right. Vernachlässigen is, yeah, you can say ignore, but it's really neglect, not really ignore. Although they seem similar, of course. Yeah, if übergesehen, you could write, but yeah, that's fine. Ignore it. That's fine. Okay, so we have a bunch of sentences. There we go. Then Hinweis. Oh, you should have the Hinweis. You have Tekamolot time, Kausal, the Hinweis auf, should it be auf der Mord oder auf den Mord oder auf den, nein, wait. It really cannot be there. Auf, wohin? Let me just throw the entire sentence and see what die Welt says. Okay. Auf den Mord. Okay, so, right, that's fine. Whew. Okay, then we have the next thing going on. Okay, Personalpronomen im Verbalstil werden im Nominalstil oh, this is interesting and also a bit tricky. So, Personalpronomen im Verbalstil werden im Nominalstil zu Possessivpronomen. Formen sie um. This is something that when you're changing the, Verbalstil to Nominalstil, you might, like, forget. Just completely, like, aus Versehen, like, not like, because I have sometimes, when I was changing sentences in class, just like very randomly, I wasn't paying attention, so. Wir kommunizieren gut miteinander. Kommunizieren, okay, unsere Kommunikation ist gut. Ups, ist geil. Das soll, ja, unsere gute Kommunikation. Oh, ups. They already have like a sample sentence. Wait, unsere gute Kommunikation. Okay, so I don't have to change it to this thing. I have to change this. Okay, all right. Er unterrichtet an einer Hochschule. Sein. So, okay. You change. Okay, this. Unterrichtet, präsentiert. Sprachen lernen, raten. So, okay. So, sein Unterricht oder seine Unterrichte an einer Hochschule. Oder er Unterricht. Nein, okay, okay. Also, okay. Seine. Oder. Es gibt auch seine an einer Hochschule. Wait. Hochschule gegebene. That's a lot. Unterrichte oder unterrichten. Wait. Sometimes I forget simple things. Ja, okay. Sein. Gott, das nervt. Warum gibt es keine Pluralform? Gott, okay. Irrend. Das nervt, also wirklich. Lass es sein. For now. You know, this really annoys me. Why is there? Okay, you have this. This can be a verb, it can be a noun. But then what's the plural form? Unterricht. It's like, I feel like. Okay, so you have Unterricht. And you have this. Okay, so where is the damn plural form? There is no plural form. It's the same thing. Oh, that's so annoying. But it says M masculine. It should be PL. Gott, wirklich. Okay, dann sein Unterricht an einer Blabla oder sein an einer Hochschule gegebenen Unterricht. That's also a form, by the way. But this like is like, you know, extremely convoluted. But you might see that type of, you know, very convoluted writing in academic texts and things like that. But yeah, I mean, both are. I like this kind of formula. Ihr präsentiert interessant. Okay. Eure Präsentationen, eure interessante Präsentation oder Präsentation, ich weiß nicht. It could be one, it could be interessant, ne? Na? Oder interessante, wenn es nur eine Präsentation gibt. Ne? Wir sprachen über die Ausstellung. Unser Gespräch über die Ausstellung. Sie lernen schnell. Sie lernen. Okay. That should be. Oops. Hold on. Let me. Okay, warte. Uff, ich muss noch denken. How did I forget the form? Okay, er ist sein, sie would be ihr. Oh, that's so silly of me. Okay, ihr schnelles Lernen. There we go. Why did I have that total brain fart moment where you're like, I know this thing, but they're also like, I cannot dig it out of my brain. Anyway, danke, Sie haben uns gut beraten. Okay. So, ihr guter Rat oder Beratung, ihr gute Beratung. Ups, Beratung. Okay, moment of truth. Let's check. Sein Unterricht, ja. Eure interessante Präsentation. Unser Gespräch. Ihr schnelles Lernen. Oops, mistake. Yeah, because, yeah, I forget, like, because my original idea was ihr guter Rat. I was gonna write this. Yeah, and then that's fine, obviously. But if you have Beratung, then of course it has to be Ihre gute Beratung. Okay. Okay, was noch? Bilden Sie die Nominalform wie im Beispiel. And that's still more 3. Okay. Kinder eignen sich eine andere Sprache schnell an. Schule werden Fremdsprachen. Okay. Okay, so you have these. And then you have an example for the first one. Schnelle Aneignung einer anderen Sprache durch Kinder. Was? Okay. Durch Kinder. Okay. So a bit strange, aber okay. In der Schule werden Fremdsprachen vermittelt. That should be die Vermittlung. Also der eine Sprache oder den. What's the warte? This is something that I've ignored for a very long time. Die Vermittlung, ja. Eine Fremdsprache, also that's fine, right? Because this is one language. But then when I say die Vermittlung, oder, you know, never mind, eine Vermittlung, that's one language. But then you have multiple, yeah, Fremdsprachen. Die Vermittlung, should it be der or should it be den? I think it should be der, but it could be den. But this is genitive, not dative. I think dative plural is den, so this should be der. Fremde Sprachen. Let's check. Ach so. Der, okay. But then it also says in, ach so. Ah, okay, okay. So that's it. So genitive plural is also der. Dative plural is den. Okay, this is something that I like remember it sometimes and sometimes I forget it. I didn't actually pay too much attention, so I just like whatever. Okay, in der Schule werden, okay, die Vermittlung der Fremdsprachen in der Schule. Oder von den Schulen. That's fun. You have dative. Could be that, could be this. That's fine. Die Muttersprache wird mühelos erworben. Also die mühelosen, weil der Erwerb, ne? Also der mühelose Erwerb der Muttersprache. It's kind of fun, you know, playing around with all these cases, Fälle, der, die, das, and everything. In the beginning, you think, like, when you're just starting out, it's kind of like a huge challenge. But then you're like, this isn't too bad. This isn't too bad. And then when you have to play around and you have to create this, you know, like big sentence with like all these different cases, you feel like, wow, this is such an achievement. Because you don't have cases like that in Italian, French, etc. Of course, you do have that in Russian, though. And my God, you have like 7, I think, 6 or 7, 6, I think, cases in Russian. In German, it's just 4. Anyway, so im Kindesalter lernt man Sprachen leicht. Also die leichte, warte, why do I always start with leicht? Okay, im Kindesalter. Das leichte Lernen der Sprachen im Kindesalter. Okay, durch viel Übung reduzieren sich die Fehler. Die Reduzierung. This is dative. No, it's genitive. Yes, plural. Der Fehler, because you know it's plural. Der Fehler durch viel Üben oder durch I think it could be either way. I mean, you're changing, okay, bilden Sie Nominalform. Oh, so that remains the same then. That shouldn't change, okay. Und dann durch viel. Okay, there we go. Die Sprachkenntnisse von Schülern werden durch mehr Sprachkontakte verbessert. Und die Verbesserung der, that's Genitiv, Sprachkenntnisse der von Schülern. What's wrong? Oops, there's a T there. For no reason. Durch ja, Kontakt. Die Forscher beobachten den Spracherwerb genau. Wie genau Beobachtung der Erwerb. So des Spracherwerbs von den Forschern. I think there should be an N. I don't know if it's for sure because you have this N declination. So maybe that, I think it should be, but who knows? Let's check. And then the last sentence. Es wurden Unterschiede beim frühen und späten Lernen entdeckt. Also die Entdeckung der der Unterschiede beim frühen und späten Lernen. Yep, and now, moment of truth. We're going to check. Die Vermittlung der Fremdsprachen in der Schule. Yep, perfect. Der mühelose Erwerb der Muttersprache. Der mühelose Erwerb, okay. Das leichte, Lernen, why is there a spelling mistake? Das leichte Lernen, Erlernen von Sprachen im Kindesalter. Oops, that should be fun. Okay. Erlernen is like achieving something fully. So it kind of makes sense actually when you think about it. Erlernen von Sprachen im Kindesalter, die Reduzierung der Fehler, das leichte Erlernen, das leichte Erlernen der Sprache. Im Kindesalter der Sprachen, that is also fine. Okay, so it's not wrong. This is just like an option. So I'm gonna make that one more possibility. So that's green. Der oder von, beides sind korrekt. Also Reduzierung der Fehler. Oh no, that's not a word. Die Reduktion oder das Reduzieren der Fehler durch. Okay. Der Fehler, that's fine. But that's not a word, apparently. There we go. Okay. Die Verbesserung der Sprachkenntnisse von Schülern. Okay, die Verbesserung der Sprachkenntnisse, correct. Die genaue Beobachtung des Spracherwerbs. Ach so. Durch die. Ups. Die Entdeckung der Unterschiede beim frühen späten Lernen. Perfect. Okay, just a few mistakes, not too bad. Okay, and then finally, I think we have Model 4. Sag mal was. Welche Ausdrücke aus dem Text im Lehrbuch haben eine ähnliche Bedeutung? Notieren Sie. Okay, so you have to open up the other book. Okay, that's a bit annoying. Like, I hate doing that. Okay, but anyway, Angst haben, unterlassen. We will have Zeile aus dem Text. Warte. Okay. Aus welchem Text? Aus dem Text im Lehrbuch. So we're doing Arbeitsbuch. Okay, so I need to open up the Lehrbuch. It's a bit annoying when I have to open up so many books, but okay. Now I have to find my Lehrbuch. Okay, Intensivtrainer, Aspekte neu. Lehrbuch. Okay, great. I'll tell you the page number because there we go. Die Zeitraffer? Nein, nicht wahr sein. Oh, that's not the right. Hast du Worte? Okay. Oh, I think this is Wege zur Sprache, maybe some texting. Sag mal was. Okay, das ist sag mal was. Ja, okay. Okay, die neue Dialektik. I think that's the one. Ach so, yes. Okay, so in what's this book? Okay, in the Lehrbuch, also called a Kursbuch, on page 32, at least in my book, page 32, the title is, the module title is Sag mal was, and then you have this map of Germany, and then you have this text, Die neue Dialektik. It's the text on page 32 and 33, and so here you see, it turns out I haven't copied. Okay, let me put that in here. There we go. So Angst haben. And then you see set 10. So Zeile 10. And if you read the text and you read, line 10, you'll find that line 10 says, fürchtete nach solchen Telefonaten sofort wieder verlassen zu werden. So fürchteten nach, also fürchten nach. So that would be, that's another way of saying fürchten nach. So you find, the term. Sometimes you have to change the verb tense because, of course, the text is, it can be in different tenses. So you just have to check that. So, yeah, this is not a bad exercise. Let's do this. Yeah, the numbers are random. I don't know why that is. Every time I copy something from the book, this always happens. So annoying. Bye. Oh, this should be 12. There we go. Okay, unterlassen, Zeile 15. Hochdeutsch und vermied, den Dialekt auch nur anklingen zu lassen. Is that right? 15? Unterlassen, okay. Vermeiden? Vielleicht. Vermied is like past tense, so vermeiden, maybe. I could be wrong, but we'll check anyway. Lernen, 17 or 18. Lernen, 17. Beibringen. Bringen einige Schulen Kindern platt beibringen. Unterdessen 24. Unterdessen. Mittlerweile? I don't know, maybe. Zeile 24. Vielleicht ist das. Okay. Immer. Nur 34. Ausschließlich. Ja, ja. Ausschließlich. This is so annoying. Okay, where's the word? Ausschließlich. That's a tough one. Kind of like a tongue twister, isn't it? Ausschließlich. Okay. It really is a tongue twister. And anyway, let's go back to what we're doing. And then we have hauptsächlich großen Eindruck machen, 39, 36, 37, 39, Eindruck machen. Imponieren vielleicht. Imponieren, Möglichkeit, 49 or 50. Gelegenheiten, Aussehen. Scheint es so? Bemerken, 55. Zum ersten Mal abgefallen. Gefallen. Augenscheinlich, 94. Offenbar, vielleicht. Oh, offenbar. Annehmen, 98. Vermuten, vielleicht. Den Wunsch hegen, 100. Wunsch hegen. Sehnen nach. Ah, okay, 100. Ähm, hm, sich unterscheiden oder sehnen nach. I don't know. Wunsch, I think that should be sehnen nach. That makes a lot more sense, but let me see. So, fürchten, vermeiden. We don't need that. Vermeiden, beibringen, mittlerweile aus, ja, ja, ja. Scheinen, ach, soll scheinen. Auffallen. I should have. So, und dann offenbar vermuten, aha, sich sehnen. That's definitely, that's what I was thinking, because that doesn't make sense. Yeah, okay. Right, then the next thing, what else? Lesen Sie den Zeitschriftenartikel. Wo passt welches Wort? Notieren Sie die passende Zahl. And the text is on page 28 and 29. And it says Dialekte, beliebt wie nie. And you have a few words here. I'll just copy those. You have all these words, and then you just have to figure out where these words go. This is, of course, a very exam relevant question because you always get things like that in exams. You put a word somewhere, or you may have to put like a sentence somewhere. So that's, of course, very, very common. Okay, and then let's first read the whole text. Or you could just, you don't actually have to read the whole text because there are one, two, three, there's three people, and there are like little texts from these three people. So you could just read, each text from each person and then just find the right word. So, leugnen lässt es sich nicht. Dialekte sind wieder in. Doch was verbinden die Menschen eigentlich mit ihrem Dialekt? Und kann man wirklich auch überall Dialekt sprechen? Gerade im Berufsleben ist der Dialekt vielerorts verpönt. Andererseits boomen Dialektkurse und Heimattheater. Einig sind sich die meisten Dialektsprecher, dass ein Dialekt die eigene Sprache interessanter und vielfältiger macht. Die Heimat auf der Zunge tragen. Paul B., 29 Jahre alt, Redakteur aus dem Vorarlberg. Ist man mit einem Dialekt aufgewachsen, ist man an jedem Ort mit seiner Heimat verbunden. I think that's the word. Ja. So, number one would be verbunden. Verbunden. Schließlich trägt man sie ja auf der Zunge. Entdeckt habe ich meine Heimat aber erst so richtig, als ich von daheim weggezogen bin. Jetzt verstehe ich Leute, die eben so einen großen Wert auf ihr kultureller Blank legen, und Hochdeutsch finde ich irgendwie als langweilig. Man sollte aber auf die Situation Blank, auf die Situation achten vielleicht. Im Seminar an der Uni oder der Reaktion kommt Dialekt nicht so gut an. 3 sollte Akten sein, Akten. Und 2, jetzt verstehe ich Leute, die immer so einen großen Wert auf ihr kulturelle Blank, that should be a noun, kulturelle Identität, ja, das passt. Ircher Platt, Dialekt ist in Sigrid Fee, 45 Jahre, Geschäftsfrau aus Aachen. Das Ircher Platt, Ircher, that's a tough one. Das Ircher Platt ist absolut in. So wird der Dialekt genannt, den wir bei uns in Aachen sprechen. Die Eltern sprechen den Dialekt eigentlich immer ohne blank, ohne, well, I feel like I read, ohne Ausnahme. Yeah, that makes sense. It should be some kind of noun. Er ist auch nicht blank, wie vielleicht der Dialekt in anderen Städten oder Regionen. Auch nicht verpönt, vielleicht. I feel like I've seen, yes, that makes sense. In meinem Beruf geht es natürlich nicht, dass ich mit Kunden oder Geschäftspartnern, die von blank kommen, platt rede. Ich selbst spreche es auch gar nicht so gut. Es ist aber hoch blank und wird auch sehr gefördert. Auch die Theater bringen Stücke auf Öcher platt. Die Karten sind oft so begehrt, dass manche Leute sich schon um 5 Uhr morgens beim Vorverkauf anstellen. Okay, there are a lot of blanks. Verpönt, Geschäftspartner, die von blank kommen, von auswärts, das soll, Vertreter. Ich selbst spreche es gar nicht so, ist aber hoch verbunden, hoch angesehen. That should be number 7, I mean. Angesehen ist a verb. Okay. Okay, anyway, let's check the next one. Ich bin oft ausgelacht worden. Mahia E., 39 Jahre alt, Lehrerin aus Nürnberg. Einerseits habe ich mich immer sehr wohl gefühlt mit meinem Dialekt. Ich bin damit aufgewachsen und habe ihn auch ziemlich gern gesprochen, aber sonst bei meinem Vater konnte ich blank. Aber schon bei meinem Vater konnte ich blank. Sobald er beruflich mit Leuten sprach oder sobald wir in einer anderen Stadt waren, hat er nur noch Deutsch gesprochen. Erst fand ich das komisch, aber dann habe ich begriffen, Dialekt, das war mehr für das private Zuhause. Ich habe auch noch genau in blank, dass ich früher oft von anderen Kindern ausgelacht wurde. Deshalb habe ich immer versucht, meinen Dialekt möglichst zu blank zu verstecken oder irgendetwas. Umso schöner ist es, dass Dialekte heute wieder ein so positives Image haben. In der Schule achte ich aber drauf, dass die Kinder auch richtig Hochdeutsch lernen. Okay, konnte ich spüren oder irgendetwas? Akt konnte ich beobachten, ja. Dann privat. Ich habe auch noch genau in blank in Erinnerung 9, ja. Meinen Dialekt möglich zu unterdrücken oder so leicht. Ja. And then what's the one that's left? Number 60 von auswärts? Yeah, maybe. Okay, let's check. Verbunden, Identität, 1, verbunden, 2, Identität, 3, Akten, 4, Ausnahme, 5, verpönt, auswärts, ja, richtig, angesehen, beobachten, Erinnerung, unterdrücken, perfekt. Okay. Und dann Lesen Sie den Leserbrief und ordnen Sie die Redemittel zu. And then you have these. Andererseits muss ich auch zugeben, aufs Große, oh, that's like typical, Redemittel that you would use. But, in real life, you kind of try and avoid these. I know that's kind of irrelevant because, but like, mit großem Interesse habe ich, ja, irgendetwas gelesen. That type of stuff, like in real life, doesn't, I mean, you could, it's not wrong, it's correct, but and that's maybe more a C2 type of thing where you would want to, like, but like, at this level, this is fine because they expect you. In any kind of exam, they always want you to use things like these. But in real life, it's so different. Okay, anyway, so you have these things and you have this text. So what I'll do is I'll read the text. I'll read the whole text first, so I have a good idea. But takes like auf großes Interesse gestoßen, von Vorteil sein, etc. You kind of know where these are going to go anyway. Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, Ihr Artikel Dialekte, beliebt wie nie, ist bei mir blank, ist bei mir auf großes Interesse gestoßen. That should be number one. Auf großes. I'm just gonna type like this auf number one. Okay. Und dann, da ich auch in einer Gegend aufgewachsen bin, in der Dialekt gesprochen wird. Für viele Menschen aus anderen Regionen mag unser Dialekt nicht sehr schön klingen, aber für uns ist er ein Stück Heimat. Dass ein Dialekt Menschen verbindet. Oh, okay. Andererseits muss ich auch zugeben, dass ein Teil Menschen nee. Vielleicht aus meiner Erfahrung heraus. Yeah, maybe that should be number two. Aus meiner blah blah blah. That should be number two. Maybe I'm just like roughly doing it. Gleichzeitig ist der Dialekt für die eigene Identität wichtig. Auf dem Beruf sollte man seinen Dialekt nicht unterdrücken müssen. So kann es in einem Kunden- oder Beratungsgespräch von Vorteil sein. Ja, vielleicht 3 von Vorteil. 3. Und dann als Verkäufer oder Berater Dialekt zu sprechen, dies auf den Stärken bezogen. Aber ich habe sicherlich zu einem Verkäufer, der meinen Dialekt spricht, gleich ein bisschen mehr Vertrauen. Andererseits muss ich auch zugeben, dass ich mich eher abschrecken würde, wenn der Verkäufer einen Dialekt mit dem Sound kam. Ja, wir andererseits. Was ist da? Dass es mich sehr freut, dass Dialekte heute, ja, abschließend, that's the last one. Ja, okay, let's check. Of course, ist ja aus meiner Erfahrung von Vorteil andererseits. Ja, okay, that was all correct. Great. And then we have a couple pages more. Then we have on the next page, which is page 30. Well, it's practically the end, actually. You have, Sie sollen sich dazu äußern, welche Bedeutung Deutsch und andere Fremdsprachen heute haben. I think we have, actually. Yeah, this is really nice. I have written, I think, now, of course, I have to like dig deep. But let me check. I should have the text somewhere. This is nice. You have to write a little graphic beschreib. Not really. This is you have this image and you have some statistics, which is technically the same thing as Grafikbeschreibung. And here they gave you some bullet points and they say schreiben Sie mindestens 200 Wörter. Depends. Sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 150, sometimes it's 200, but I have never seen them expecting you to write more than 200 words. That doesn't really happen, at least not what I've seen so far. And this is, here they say, in der Prüfung haben Sie für diese Aufgabe 65 Minuten Zeit. 65 Minuten, um einen 200-wörtigen Text zu schreiben. das ist eigentlich zu viel, würde ich sagen. But I mean, yeah, it depends on which exam because there's many types of exams. There's the DTZ, there's Goethe, there's university exams, which is what I'm doing. Like our exams tend to actually be a little bit more difficult. I mean, if I were to take the Goethe exam or something, it would be a little bit easier. But yeah. So, as I was saying, I have actually done this. Let me just dig out the text because I wrote a really nice text and yeah, you could probably benefit from that. I have this big file that I've made. The problem is I cannot find it right now. Let me just find C1. I have this class text. Oh, C1 class doc. Should be in here somewhere. Give me a minute to dig it out. So I have like, and it's like, so today that I'm doing this live stream, it's February 14th, and I have the speaking exam and the listening exam together on March 9. And then I also have the full like, writing and whatever exam on March 15th. So I have like exactly 1 month. In fact, less than when you really think about it. And that's kind of crazy because I don't know why I waited so long to get started. Like it makes no sense, but anyway, it is what it is. Okay, so where is my text? Where is my text? My text should be in here somewhere. We had to even write a little and anyway, where is the damn thing? Yeah, okay, I think yeah, perfect. Okay, ich hab's gefunden. Ich hab's gefunden. Das ist wirklich groß. Meine Güte. Okay. I'm posting the text that I actually, you know what? Maybe I should just, you know what? I'll just post it over here. So you have this. Let me write the number. I'm so like excited to show you this text. This is drei. This is, by the way, the last question. So yeah. So this is my text. You see, it's so big. Let me. It's way too big. Why are the spaces so weird? So this is what I wrote, right? And like I know it's difficult to read, so what I'll do is meine Güte. So wirklich, das ist ziemlich groß. I'll share like yeah, I mean, maybe do you want me to create a document where like I share all my texts and essays and stuff like do you want me to do that? I could do that. I have this running file. You see how big the text is? Like, oh my God, it's a bit crazy. So you cannot see this, obviously. You know what? I have to put that into, I'll have to divide that into two parts because otherwise it's too big. So here's the first text. I mean, the first couple paragraphs. I definitely wrote a bit much. And of course, anytime that I talk about the language, I have to add Rammstein in here. Because this paragraph, je nach Sprache können die Lerntipps ganz unterschiedlich sein. And so you have as part of this question, they give you a few points, right? Schreiben Sie, was beim Deutschlernen helfen kann. Welche Fremdsprachen in Ihrem Land hauptsächlich gelernt werden, welche Bedeutung Fremdsprachen heute haben, wann man beginnen sollte, eine Fremdsprache zu lernen, was Ihnen an der Grafik besonders auffällt. So there's like 5 points, and I'm like, okay, I have to write something detailed. So I wrote this whole big thingamajig that you see over here. And so I'm like, okay, you can even use music. Like I personally gave an example. Ich habe als 17-Jährige das erste Mal ein Lied von Rammstein gehört und ich habe mich sofort in die Sprache verliebt. Ja, anytime open. And you have other bands like Lacrimosa, Unheilig, Sanguis et Sinis, Untoten. So viele Bands. Okay. I definitely recommend checking out by the way. A lot of people don't know, but came before Rammstein. I think, were founded in the late 80s. And one of their songs, by the way, because Rammstein was formed in the 90s, they actually won this Motormusik, this competition thing. And then they got the funds to start their first to record their first album. This is like me nerding out entirely. You can skip this. You can skip the video. It's done. But so came before Rammstein. Not everybody knows. Everybody who learns German knows about Rammstein, which is cool. That's fine. That's how my journey started. But not everyone knows about which is sad, because kind of created this genre, Neue Deutsche Härte, New German Hardness, this entire genre of like industrial rock metal music was actually created by Um, So they like experimented a lot with their sounds. If you listen to their albums, like the first couple of albums are like all over the place. It's like, electro, techno, and then industrial, and then metal, and then like so many different things. But one of their songs specifically is called Ice Coffin. If you check out the song Ice Coffin, the drummer of Rammstein, he actually, there was an interview and he said he really liked that song. They were inspired. Rammstein were inspired by Oomph. In fact, this song, Ice Coffin, and there's also a bunch of other songs on their album Defect and Unrein, those two albums. The sound in those albums, you see a lot of the inspirations. You can hear creativity, and it's not predictable what Oomph will do. But yeah, that was okay. That's like completely pointless rant that has like, wow, okay. Anyway, so I'll probably do this kind of ranting in some other some other video. Okay, so that's that. Oh yeah, as I was saying, we have yeah, let me actually show you. So I have this document that I use when I'm like, doing a lesson or whatever in class when we have assignments to do. So I type everything in here, and this is like let me just show you. This is like this thing is how many pages long? And 93 pages of text that I've. So you see, my original text is somewhere over here. Sobald es ging, sehr geehrter Verweis. No, 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 no. Somewhere over here. Somewhere over here. Oh, this thing. Oh, we had like this little text. I don't know what we were supposed to. I think we're supposed to do something related to time. And so I wrote this little poem thing. Like, yeah, it's like I actually had like a clock type thing, and you could see like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, yeah, it was just a little art project type of thing. Anyway, so the text, right? Yeah, here we go. So this is my text. Let me, yeah. This is what I wrote. The whole thing. How many words is that? That's definitely not 200. You see all these points? You see? That's like everything you're supposed to do that in like 5 paragraphs, but I wrote way too much because I have a lot to say. I always have a lot to say. And that's going to be a bit of a problem because this time our exam is entirely handwritten. Now, I haven't done a handwritten exam in a long time. Although, to be honest, we had this French exam in 2022 that was handwritten, but that was just like A1, so not a big deal. 636 words. That is 636 words about the Grafik, Deutsch lernen und so weiter. So yeah, you can pause the screen if you want to read. I'll just scroll down. So that's the end of the text. So there you go. That's the entire thing. It's a lot. 636 words. A bit crazy, but yeah. Okay, so that's the end of this chapter. That finishes, chapter 2. That's very nice. You have, what else do you have? Is there anything else? No, then you have Aussprache, komplexe Lautfolgen. That's just practice. So you have audio that you can listen to and you can, practice speaking out loud. Like Eichhörnchen, kulturübergreifend, Mikrowellen geeignet, Elektrizitätswerk, funktionstüchtig. Oh my god, wow, that's nice. It's funny, these tongue twister type things. But yeah, so that's it. That's the end of, the topic, the chapter, and I'll see you in the next video. So that's going to be Kapitel 3. We're going to start with the Lehrbuch, also called the Kursbuch. So we're going to start with that in the next video. Until then, tschüss!